What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Hope everybody having a blessed one. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's a wet day out here in Kansas on my way to work, and I just kind of wanted to get on here and talk to y'all a little bit about this YouTube thing and you know what I'm saying, posting content, and why haven't I made more of an effort to post content or be a little bit more creative with the content instead of just kind of coming to y'all raw like this, for example. And honestly, man, it takes a lot of time to put highlight reels together and clips together to put in your videos, man. So to the creators that can sit down and take the time to be creative and do stuff like that, man, man, kudos to y'all. Definitely makes the content more entertaining when you have those highlights and video clips. I just like to kind of get on here and make my point and let that be that. Sometimes I have highlight reels and clips, you know, overlay the videos, but half of the time, man, I'm doing this stuff on the go like I am now. So that's that. I kind of like this format a little better, you know. I can kind of get my message out there, and kind of like a podcast format, just with my face, you know, video casting it, you know. But I kind of really wanted to talk to y'all about the YouTube space and why you see content creators kind of down and out when it comes to creating content. Obviously, if you got a large following, then you're probably not bothered by what I'm about to say. But if you're somebody like myself trying to break into the YouTube space and kind of getting into the YouTube game late, you know, I'm wishing that I would have started this back in, you know, 2012, you know, 2011, when I first thought about it, you know. But I just didn't have the resources to really make it happen at the time. So now that I'm in the space, I'm getting in the space at a later time during a digital era where podcasting is basically taking over, right? Everybody's videoing, vlogging, everybody's creating content. Whether they're doing it to get monetized or not, they're creating content, you know. And this is not to hate on anybody, you know. This is just to kind of point out the obvious. And the obvious to me is that, you know, and this is kind of what I've been doing, is looking for that next wave, you know, looking for that new thing, right? What a lot of people not doing, you know, trying to go. And YouTube has been very consistent and has been a space where content creators have consistently found homes, right? You know, and shout out to Facebook, man. You know, Facebook kind of been on this content creating thing where they was giving incentives to people to create content, man. So shout out to YouTube, bro. You know, YouTube is definitely a platform that has changed lives. It gave people the ability to be creative with their content and monetize their creativity, you know, and probably created financial freedom for a lot of people, you know. So I mean, people that game, people that have financial literacy, understand the economic market, you know, people like that, it has given them a platform to not only feed themselves and their family, but inform other people out there in the world about the way things work. So I'm very grateful for the space, as I'm sure all of you are. And for for those of you that actually podcast or that do vlogs and are creating content on YouTube, then you know that this is not easy. It is not easy to get on here and make a video and like you gonna make that video and it's just gonna blow up. You know what I'm saying? That happens little to none in this space. So the chances of that happening is slim. You have to kind of put your work in to get comfortable on camera. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people don't understand when they scrolling through YouTube and they run across these videos and they run across these podcasts and people that vlog and do all of this stuff, man, that their first videos, while they have more views later on, once they gain a certain status and a certain amount of followers, those first videos, bruh, they probably thinking just like you and I, like, man, this shit ain't gonna work, man. You know, like, it ain't you uncomfortable. It don't feel natural to you. You have to get used to basically talking to yourself on camera. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of times people get like a co-host. They get somebody else to record and kind of have somebody else to help bounce stuff off of so that they can extend their content. It's hard to talk to yourself, you know what I'm saying, on here. Or if you're somebody that vlog, think about how uncomfortable it is for a person to go out in public with a video camera attached to something everywhere they go. You know, it takes a mentally different person. That person has to be different mentally to be able to have a camera everywhere, people looking at you, asking questions, you know what I'm saying? And then we ain't even gotta talk about the editing. There's so many videos I've uploaded with mistakes that people in the comments eat you up alive for. And then you go back and listen to it, you like, damn, I ain't even catch that I said that, you know? So it's definitely challenging to do, especially if you're doing it by yourself, you know, and you don't have these big partnerships with Rumble and all of these other folks, like the people I'm about to talk about. Oh, I shouldn't say people, because I'm not gonna mention no names. But if you're, depending on what you're into, right? If you're into sports, if you doing celebrity talk and you ain't already built you a following and you getting into the space later, like I'm getting into the space, and you know, I like to talk about sports or just upload content, you know, whatever. I got like 3 or 4 YouTube channels. I helped manage one for my son, and then I had like a car channel I was trying to do. Now I'm doing the basketball, talking about sports and stuff, doing that one. So if you're into stuff like that, it's a difficult time to be in, right? Because YouTube has allowed people to break away from these major conglomerates and, you know, just these major corporations and not have to be under contract and perform the way that they tell you to perform, right? So you've seen a lot of athletes, for example, start their own podcast, right? They starting their own podcast, and within 2 weeks, they already got 300,000 subscribers, right? So they've just taken their superstardom. Look at like a Paul George. I forgot what his podcast is called, right? You got a Paul George, an actor. I forget the actor's name. I can't remember the name of the podcast. Not to throw them under the bus or nothing, man. I like their show. They always have a lot of good athletes on there. So I enjoy watching the content. But who wouldn't? You know how big my channel would get if DeMar DeRozan came and sat down in my living room and he let me ask him a bunch of questions, right? But in order to get like that, I gotta blow up with y'all first. The common person out here gotta like my content enough to share my content, like it enough to, you know, help push me to get the attention of basically somebody that's gonna get me in touch with this athlete, or, you know what I'm saying, make them want to come do my show. You know, however people be doing that and making it work. Because it's a lot of small YouTubers I see that get to ask questions to some celebrities, you know. So I'm not saying it's not possible. If you watching this video, I'm not trying to, you know, make you feel like you can't do it. I'm just saying that it just got more difficult. So you need to be ready for the grind. You need to be ready for, you know, the just the difficulty, you know, that comes with this shit. You know what I'm saying? And I think I have a lot of good points about what I like to talk about. You know, whether that be arguing with people about LeBron and Kobe, Tim Duncan, Michael Jordan, whatever. I'm a basketball guy, so I want to talk about basketball. You know, I might talk about other sports sometimes, depending on what's going on in those arenas. But I prefer to talk about basketball. But if you're talking about basketball, it's so many podcasts out there that's popular. All the smoke. We know that they hugely popular. Then Gilbert Arenas has Gil's Arena or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's just the YouTube market for sports is just getting saturated. You know what I'm saying? You have so many former athletes looking for work after basketball and can easily put a team together to help structure a podcast. Whereas you and I, the regular podcaster, or trying to break into podcasting, and, you know, you trying to break into building a clothing brand and all of that, man, it's so much more that goes into all of that shit for someone like me and you versus somebody who has the money to throw at a situation and can make their creativity come to life with the finances, right? And that's why I think, in my opinion, and let me back up a little bit. It is extremely important to be able to go through the grind, right? When you go through the grind, all those shortcomings, the difficulty that you have to get to where you're trying to get, is so important. You don't ever want to, for example, you don't ever want a video. Let's say you upload a video, right? It's your first video. You just testing out the YouTube algorithm, whatever. You ain't really even serious about the video. Let's say you upload this video. That video go viral, right? You get 100,000 subscribers from this one goofy video you did. You know what I'm saying? And not even thinking nothing gonna happen, and you blow up from that, right? So then it forced you to continue to produce content like that, even though that's not your thing. That's not even why you made the YouTube, right? So now you're forced to create content based on the video that you uploaded that blew up, because that's what your subscribers are coming to see. That's happened to some people. Believe it or not, that's happened to a lot of people. You know, playing around on TikTok and Facebook or whatever, Instagram, they uploaded something, it blows up, it goes viral. So boom, now you trying to recreate that all the time, right? Maybe you got some partnerships, you got whatever, and they telling you, you gotta do that. We need you to do that. We know that you want to talk about this and you made the channel for that, but we need you to do what you did to make that, you know, to recreate that viral moment. So now you stuck being a clown, you know what I'm saying, or doing something that you're not. I'm not gonna say being a clown, because I like to have fun too. And I joke around, clown around, and, you know, do reaction videos on Facebook, or use the sounds to recreate my own thing, having a good time with the sounds or whatever. So I get it. I understand it. I'm not going to ever knock it. But it's a weird thing, you know? So it's best to have that slow, progressive, you know, incline of subscribers, right? Because those subscribers are coming to your channel for you. They coming for you. They ain't coming because you did something that wasn't authentic, and you gotta recreate that. You know, like because they gonna think that that's who you are. You know what I'm saying? So it's important to go along with the grind. It's difficult, but it's worth it in the end. Because it's no more important time than the early stages of being a content creator, or being a podcaster, or being an interviewer. You know what I'm saying? It's no more important time than the beginning, because you get to make mistakes. You get to see all the negative comments while your subscriber count is low. While you got 2 subscribers, you get to see the count. You know what I'm saying? You get to see the comments I meant, and see where you make your mistakes. So when you get to 100,000 subscribers, by that time you comfortable with talking on camera, right? You comfortable with not having a co-host. You're comfortable with editing your videos, and you got your editing software down, and you know where you can go to, you know, get your videos you know, edited and done correctly, or you know how to do it yourself. You know, you got your resources, you ready to go. You know what I'm saying? You know how you gonna get your topics and how you gonna talk about them. Now you can compete with the Paul Georges and the Gilbert Arenases and all the smokes. You know, you can compete because you ready to go. And then you don't need a team around you. So then imagine if you get popular enough to get a team, right? To get sponsored, right? Imagine you being good enough to get to that point, to where you have all the prerequisite skills to be a good podcaster, to be a good vlogger, YouTuber, content creator. You know how to edit your own content. You know how to promote your own content, edit it and make ads out of your content so you can promote your YouTube channel, right? All of that stuff is skills, right? You learn how to use Photoshop. You learn, you know, the editing softwares, man. You get to learn all of that stuff, right? So then you develop a skill like branding. You get to learn how to go on these sites and make your own brand and your own clothing and hoodies, and you know, you learn how to do all of that. That becomes something that you can provide for other people, right? So that's what the cool thing about this is that when you start at the bottom and you don't have the money to throw at, you know, the journey, it creates the ability to develop skills. Yeah, it's a slow grind. You're not getting a lot of views on your videos. I get it. I understand. I understand you're not getting a lot of views. I hear you, right? And it's definitely, this video might not get a lot of views. This video may get 3 or 4, 5 views, right? It ain't gonna get no shares or nothing like that. Cool. But it was the ability to create the content, to get the practice, and to talk about what I've learned just in my maybe 1.5 years of being in the, you know, in the space. Because you're gonna go look up different softwares, you know, oh man, how did he do that? You're gonna want to go look that up. So then bam, you learn how to do it. You know, you learn how to use a Cricut. You learn how to heat press. You know what I'm saying? You're in the game now. So I just wanted to make this quick video, man. I wasn't expecting it to be this long. I hope somebody got something out of this. And man, keep going on your journey. Keep doing what you gotta do, man. Keep hustling. Your time will come. And yeah, man, we gonna keep at it. Till next time, y'all. Till I upload another video. Y'all be safe. Hit that notification bell. Subscribe, man. If you made it to this far in the video, definitely subscribe, man. Like I said, I usually talk about sports, but I wanted to take the opportunity to, you know, hopefully encourage some people out there that's wanting to get into the space. So till next time, to the next video, man, this your boy Joe Squad. I'm out.